The following program is rated MA and may contain themes that may not be appropriate for all viewers. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hip-hop, trendsetters, the school of hard knocks and that attitude era. Yeah, I just wanted to be one of the best. Holding the mic as I'm yelling out D-Generation X. I will remember it. I'll never forget it. We've come a pretty long way. There's so much I can say. It's never really gone away.
And ladies and gentlemen, as we take our place in our studios here at Turnbuckle Studios, the superstars of Raw make their way to Madison Square Garden in New York City. Ladies and gentlemen, I am OM Dynamic, joined alongside Chris Best. How are we doing tonight, my friend?
We are at the Mecca of all the arenas, and you guys are watching the Mecca of all pro wrestling shows, the Raw Patrol. That's how I'm feeling.
Yes. Tonight is absolutely huge. This is John Cena's last ever appearance on Raw. Is there a more fitting venue for this?
Yeah, and I'm glad that you're saying the last time on Raw in New York City, because it's not going to be John Cena's last time in New York City. To be fair, it's probably not even going to be John Cena's last time in any of the cities that he's already done his shows at, because he's going to be focusing on his movie career. And what do you do when you're an actor? You travel a lot.
Exactly. And I know I would not be surprised. As I've said, even though his in-ring career is winding down, I would not be surprised to see him make appearances as an ambassador or something for WWE.
I could see him getting not quite to the level, but close enough to. Paul Heyman still has that contract, by the way, and they're walking in together. But as I was saying, I could see John Cena still being the ambassador, but not quite to the level of, say, The Undertaker, right? Because The Undertaker still makes appearances for the WWE, does that one-man show during major events and whatnot. Gunther walking in looked intimidating to me.
Yes.
I could see John Cena doing that and being like, using WWE to promote his films.
Right.
So it's going to be like, I could see it being like, you scratch my back, I'll scratch your back kind of situation.
Right.
And,
like
that's if Cena has a movie that he's making, you know what I mean?
Right.
Not acting in, making.
Right.
Similar to what The Rock did with Fighting With My Family.
I was going to make that comparison, but similar to The Rock, who, I mean, we all know where I stand on The Rock. So The Rock comes back to do these cheap plugs until he did the whole Final Boss thing, and then has vanished again.
Well, right now, The Rock is focusing on trying to get awards for the Smashing Machine. Which is completely understandable, because that movie is making the award circuit right now. But right now, we're looking at what happened last week when DOMINIK lost the Intercontinental title to John Cena in a surprising and unexpected match.
Yes.
At that point there, where John Cena made that phantom pin, that's where I thought Dom was going to retain.
Right.
I thought, oh shoot, the ref is down. Here comes the Judgment Day. Didn't see any of the Judgment Day.
No.
And I'm like, okay, well, Los Americanos may be coming out. Didn't see any of those guys. Found out why we didn't see El Grande Americano.
Yeah.
He was in Mexico.
Yes. Now, this was huge. John Cena winning the Intercontinental Championship to become a career Grand Slam champion and pick up the one title he has never held.
I know we're in the mecca of all arenas, and I'm going to say this. We've stated this time and time again. I hate that the renovations to the arena took out the small entranceway.
I can understand that.
There's just something about this venue that screams history. And as we've got one of the biggest history makers making their way to the ring right now, our current Intercontinental champion, John Cena.
Yes, and for the sake of nostalgia, they put in the small entranceway.
But that's not the small entranceway I meant, like the one that's like, 20, 30 feet from the ring, like
Right.
that one. The one that they used at the Royal Rumble in 2000 and again in 2008. The one at WrestleMania is 1 in 10,
Yep.
The ones that if you went back in the 80s and you watched the old MSG WWE shows that they're now throwing a bunch of them up on the vault. Those are entranceways. Those are the nostalgic ones right there. Or they even did that for an episode of Raw during the guest host era.
Yep. John Cena coming out representing both the Knicks and the Mets with the blue and orange color, but a black t-shirt for John tonight.
No love for the Rangers. No love for the Giants.
No.
Well, I showed no love to the Giants earlier today playing Madden, so.
So supposedly, just before we came on the air, not only was John Cena making this appearance, apparently John is going to compete tonight.
Well,
though apparently not for the Intercontinental Championship.
Well, Parrish did put out a thought about John defending the Intercontinental title,
right,
against Joe Hendry. But we'll have to wait and see what he says right here, because maybe he could change that to an IC title match.
He absolutely could. I made the comparison to open the locker room breakdown. Boston and New York City, tremendous sports rivals. The Knicks and Celtics, the Rangers and Bruins, the Jets and the Patriots. Most importantly, perhaps the Yankees and the Red Sox. But now you've got them both with John Cena's final 2 Raw appearances.
Well, John's got a black hat on and a dark blue shirt on, by the way. So I was going to say about the gear there with the black, he could be representing the Brooklyn Nets, although Brooklyn's got the Barclays Center for that.
Yes.
And Brooklyn is a part of New York City for those who don't know their geography all that well. It's a neighborhood
It is one of the 5 boroughs.
Yeah. And you're not
but that's also a dark enough blue that it could be the Giants colors.
He is really milking this crowd, and I'm here for it.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I do see what you mean, because I just seen a guy wearing a New York Giants sweater in the crowd, and the logo has a dark blue tint to it. So yeah, he's supporting his Giants, or the New York Giants.
Yes,
They're not my Giants or your Giants.
No, they are not. But ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Cena has the stick. It's time to listen in. Cena starting off with his traditional, the champ is here.
Well, Dom's not going to give John that second because here he comes with his AAA Mega title.
Yes, he does. Not really walking with much of a purpose, though.
I was going to say, you got to wonder what's on Dom's mind, but the thing that's on Dom's mind is on John's shoulder right now.
And Dom being booed out of the building here in New York. Is this where Dom says San Diego, Survivor Series?
And now we got Finn and JD making their way to the ring.
Yes, this is intriguing because we haven't seen the Judgment Day with Finn and JD on the same page with Dom in quite some time.
Much less we haven't heard their response about Dom's losing the Intercontinental title last week.
No, we have not. Or is this where they throw Dom to the wolves?
Or does this become a 6-man and 2 other guys? I can't even think who the other 2 would be. Team up with Cena. I think this is leading to a 6-man. Just as I just said.
AJ and Dragon?
Sheamus, I guess. Sheamus has had his troubles with the Judgment Day, though. Sheamus and John Cena have a deep-rooted history. Sheamus also advanced in the tournament.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so now who's the third guy? Rey Mysterio.
Austin Theory.
No, it's Rey. I saw the flashing colors, and I'm like, wait, there is Rey and Dom still have their thing going on. So Pierce is going to come out, or they're going to talk to Pierce in the locker room, and we're going to see a 6-man. Either that, or we're going to get that 6-man right now. They're all in their wrestling gear with the exception of Finn, though. It's happening now.
Finn is in his wrestling gear as well.
Yeah. It just, I forgot that he wears those pants that look like tearaways now.
The ref came in and rang the bell.
And of course, the Judgment Day is taking a walk.
But John Cena, Rey, and Sheamus will not let them.
I was going to say this feels like an old guard versus new guard match, but I kind of forgot that Finn has been around for close to 20 years.
Yeah.
Like the two youngest guys in this match are JD and Dom.
Yes. And even then, I believe JD has wrestled in the UK for the better part of 10 years prior to signing with NXT UK.
Yeah, he started training with Finn at a very young, or being trained by Finn at a pretty young age.
Yeah. And Sheamus just runs over Dom with that clothesline after blocking the hip toss.
So with Dom and John being official for the Intercontinental title at SummerSlam, Survivor Series, I'm going to assume it's official. I got to wonder, does Dom win that night?
I have to say yes. In that situation. And especially because he is not in the Last Time Is Now tournament. So I have to say yes. And what a chip on his shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
And what a rub for Dom that would be.
I mean, just having the match with John is enough of a rub.
It is. But we also had that match last week. So.
But not on as grand a scale as Survivor Series is.
No. So, and especially because even though we do have John's retirement match coming up 2 weeks after that, I don't think you want to have John not only lose, but lose the title in his last match. Do you really want to see John lose and the title be vacated because he's lost it or because there's no champ there to take his place?
Why would the title be vacated if he lost? If at Saturday night's main event, whoever the finalist is, they'd make that into an Intercontinental title match. That's
they would. But I would rather see it be somebody a little more. I'd rather see somebody really deserving of it. Like, I do not need to see the Intercontinental title back around Gunther. I'd like to see it around somebody like a Rusev, somebody like a Sheamus. Or let it be a Finn Balor.
Or even my surprise pick for tonight, Joe Hendry.
Yeah.
I mean, as I've been saying over the last couple of weeks, that would be a huge feather in the cap. And you probably can hotshot Joe Hendry to the main roster.
You can.
But to be fair, at the same time, when it comes to Hendry, I do want to see a little bit more of him in NXT. I want to see him cook there a little bit. Yeah.
But I think with where you're going, and especially, I don't know if it's going to be tomorrow night on NXT or the following Tuesday, when you're going to get Joe teaming up with Thea Hale to challenge Chelsea Green and Ethan Page, who are both champs, or doubles, as they like to call themselves, since it's their favorite Tim Hortons order.
It's everybody's favorite Tim Hortons order. Not mine, but everybody else's.
So you could very easily make that case of having Joe Hendry as the Intercontinental Champion and potentially one half of the AAA mixed tag champs. we've seen Dom come to Raw with the NXT North American Championship.
Bobby Stats coming in saying, hello, everyone. How's it going, Bobby? We are just glad to have you here. We are enjoying the six-man tag as Rey has come in and ran straight for Dom and took him out. Now both JD and Finn are getting taken down. This whole double team between JD and Finn just hasn't worked out in their favor right now.
No, it hasn't. Bobby, it is great to see you. Thank you for stopping in. As always, we greatly appreciate you and love having you here. You have been one of our top fans since the very, very beginning, and we couldn't ask for any more or any better for a better quality individual. Glad to see you're doing well, and I hope you're keeping busy.
Yeah, I knew Dom was going to do that. Tripped up Rey on attempting the 619. Rey's like, yeah, screw you. Drop kicks him right in the face.
All to eat that back elbow.
And then that slide maneuver that he likes to take to the outside.
Yep.
You know, every time I think about Rey Mysterio, you know which spot that he's taken that still sticks in my mind? The time Kevin Nash picked him up and launched him like a lawn dart into the side of the trailer in on Nitro.
Yep. For me, it's always that Halloween Havoc purple Riddler gear with the question marks all over it.
Oh yeah, that's him and Eddie. Any match that they've had together was always one of my favorites. I mean, the ladder match, granted, it was for the custody of Dom, which kind of a silly gimmick. Thank you, Bobby, for that. A silly gimmick for the match, but fun match to watch. It was just awesome. Especially when Eddie Guerrero got ticked off because Vicky was late running to the ring.
Right.
And we got Rey and Dom taking on each other in the ring, throwing shades of Eddie right now with the three amigos. As I kind of like that they're doing this because tomorrow, guys, as we reported on Turnbuckle Talk, tomorrow, the city of El Paso, Texas, is doing a live stream where they're doing a dedication to Eddie Guerrero.
Yes. Tomorrow is Eddie Guerrero Day in El Paso, Texas.
Bobby Stats, thank you very much for that like. I think I said that already, but I'm focused. My brain is just super excited for this night.
Yeah, Bobby, we always appreciate when you come in here, your support. And be sure, ladies and gentlemen, do like Bobby does. Give us a like, give us a subscription, and enable all notifications so you know when we go live.
And one of my favorite shots, the drone shot from down the aisle.
Right?
Now, this is a match I would like to see more of, maybe in a more of one-on-one space between Finn and Rey Mysterio here that I'd like to see. I'd like to see a feud between these two develop at some point.
Yeah.
Now, my pick right now is Rey, Sheamus, and John Cena to take the win here. And that's solely because I get a feeling that the breakup for the Judgment Day is going to happen sooner than we think. And I feel like this match could be that catalyst that leads to that.
Right. See, and I'm going to go the other way. I think that we are going to see the Judgment Day pick up the win because of what they've been doing with Sheamus. Now the fact that they got in John Cena's head and Dom's got the Intercontinental title rematch, I think that this is the way to do it. And I think you can still go to the breakup if Dom beats John at Survivor Series. You can then have Finn come out and issue that challenge saying, you wouldn't be here if we didn't get you here. I want that match that I never got after WrestleMania.
Yeah, Cena is looking to finish off JD with the 5 moves of doom that he's doing right now.
Yes, hitting him with that 5-knuckle shuffle right into the AA.
Excellent counter by JD.
Yes, and then that headbutt to eat that knee from Sheamus, who eats a sling blade from Finn,
who then eats a seat press from Rey Mysterio. And the coup de grace. This is there's a bit of lucha libre style wrestling here going on.
There is.
That whole segment was very lucha libre.
It was. That was actually brilliant. I loved it. And you had to love the fact that Finn and Dom tried to pile on JD to help get that pin, though it didn't quite happen.
Bobby Stats coming in saying he's enjoying this match. Bobby, we are loving this match as well.
And Dom lined up now for the 619.
Yeah. Oh, I saw. I knew this was coming. $10 beats? That's 30 beats there, dude, because it's 3 of them doing it. How fitting, though, was it that it was Rey doing it on Dom?
Right?
The 15 knuckle shuffle coming up.
Gotta love that subtlety there from Sheamus saying, no, if you're going to lead this, be in the middle.
The 619. Yeah, this is it. This is the finish here. That was a fun finish.
It was.
That was a good way to start this show off.
It really was.
I wonder now. I was thinking about this with John Cena's forthcoming retirement match on December 13th. The big question I have is post WWE John Cena, how soon do we see him go into the Hall of Fame?
Honestly, like I said, I was waiting for that announcement last week at his last time in Boston. I would not be surprised to see John Cena announced for the 2026 Hall of Fame, although I do think that with Stephanie going in, she should be headlining it.
There's nothing saying that you can't have co-headliners, though.
No, there isn't. But I would not be surprised to see it. I think it's got to be this year. I think even for all of his respect and everything he has done worldwide, and I'm not trying to put a negative spin on this, and I do apologize if I do, I think John would probably want to go in Vegas in the US as opposed to going into the Hall of Fame the following year in Saudi Arabia.
But if you're going to do your first Mania in Saudi at the same time, sorry, you're going you're going to want a gigantic name.
You are, and I think that is where
you could do The Rock at that point.
You could do The Rock. I think at that point, though, is maybe where you want to get the man who was announced and has never officially been inducted to the Hall of Fame in Batista.
You could do that this year too. There's a lot of eggs in the basket as far as the Hall of Fame goes with guys who can go in now. And it's actually nice to see that, because a few years ago it felt like the well was running dry for me as far as Hall of Fame inductees.
Right. And now the fact that they've gone to smaller classes instead of having, 7 or having 12 or 13 different inductees to having 5, it's great.
Yeah.
But that's also when you had the PLEs on the Sunday and your Hall of Fame was the night before. Now you're doing the Hall of Fame right after SmackDown on the Friday.
And again, that's just... I would switch. I would adjust that schedule, because like I've heard stories about wrestlers who are in the WWE locker room who are not happy about having to stay up that late to stay at the Hall of Fame.
No. Do you really want to have to, go finish your match, go have your shower, put on your suit to then go and wait an extra 15 minutes while they, tear down the ringside area to do the Hall of Fame? Wait until you see what I have in store for you tonight, is what Paul Heyman said.
I got a feeling it's the Beast Incarnate himself.
I do too. I really, and I'm going to say this, I've said it before, I hope not. I don't need Brock Lesnar.
It's Seth Rollins pulling a fast one on us again.
Right.
Oh, Jackie Redmond at ringside this time around. But as Jackie Redmond is going to do her interview here, I think we got to get some advertising out of the way here. So let's take a look at our weekly. I was going to say our weekly programs, but yeah, why not do the shop?
The Turnbuckle Studios store is open for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Get the merch and represent the best from the shows you watch on a weekly basis. Multiple styles to choose from with over 10 products available. Don't get left out and pick up all your favorites today. Find us at carlcarafel.redbubble.com.
As Jackie Redmond interviewed her guest, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, carlcarafel.redbubble.com, and you can get to it through turnbucklestudios.org, and you go to the shop link. carlcarafel.redbubble.com has all of your Turnbuckle affiliation program merchandise needs. Wear what we wear. Dress how we dress, and show off your support for us. All of the proceeds come back into our studios so that we can give you a better viewing experience. And at turnbucklestudios.org, ladies and gentlemen, if you have ever wanted your break in podcasting, content creation, potential collaboration, or just help us out behind the scenes, go there. Go to the host section, meet the team, Mr. Best, myself, Chris Parrish, Bubba Duke, and of course, Carl Carafel. Watch all of our latest weekly episodic shows. Click the join button to send us an email. It will be answered, and you can let us know how we can help you or how you can help us. As chaos breaks out at ringside with the Judgment Day going after an actor and some other, I don't know, I think those are members of the New York Rangers.
No, that's the members of the podcast Kill Tony.
Oh.
It's a comedy podcast. And some of the members of the New York Giants, I guess. Because I got to assume, yeah, those are members of the New York Giants. At least one of them is. Unless they have that belt because they're a fan of the New York Giants and the WWE. But
could be a little bit of everything. We are getting a look inside
the Delta Sky 360.
Yes, a bodega I'm going to assume at the top of Madison Square Garden.
Mm-hmm. In the bodega, yeah. They're showing a history of WWE magazines. I miss WWE magazine. I won't lie. Eric Andre in the crowd too. Now he's an actor. Ashley Cook, she is a singer. And the Philadelphia Eagles are in the crowd.
That's kind of a weird one.
The New York Giants are in the crowd too. Okay, they are the New York Giants. Okay. I thought they were all a part of the Kill Tony, because Andrew Schultz there, he is a part of Kill Tony.
Okay.
But he also has his own stand-up on Netflix right now.
Yes.
Now, is this something that is just a one-off, or is it going to lead to something at like Saturday night's main event or something along those lines?
I'm really hoping this is a one-off and that it was sort of Dom getting into the guy's face, but then JD gets into Kemp Scadabo's face, and you don't want to upset one of the hottest running backs in the NFL.
No. You don't. And Jackie Redmond in the ring now.
So it sounds like she is about to bring out Stephanie VAQUER.
No, it's been announced that Nikki Bella is set to talk about why she did what she did.
I knew she was set to talk about it, but at the same time, we did see Stephanie with the Women's World Heavyweight Championship starting to make her way to the ring area. So as I said, this is just a match I don't really need or care to have.
Okay, so she did call it Stephanie to talk about last week's situation. Stephanie is making her way to the ring. Yeah, and I'm kind of with you on this one, but at the same time, it's only because I feel like I know that I called the turn. I know I called the Nikki Bella turn last week. I feel like it was still too soon. They could have used another couple of weeks, another month, I would say, to solidify that these two are friends, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, and Nikki is already attacking before she could even get to the ring. Like they're right on the top of the ramp there.
Yes, still in all of Stephanie's dry ice and fog.
I was gonna say, yeah, she vanished in there. Now Nikki's got the mic. So no mention of the match happening at Survivor Series. Bobby, I'll get to your comment in just a second there. I gotta wonder when this match takes place now.
I'm going to say probably, I'm going to go next Monday.
Or could happen the Raw after, because sometimes, again, like those weekends, right? SmackDown has the Survivor Series match. Is that this week or?
That's the night before Survivor Series.
Okay. Yeah. They always book, like, because I'm sure you've noticed, but that entire weekend, both Raw, SmackDown, and the PLEs all give us PLE quality matches.
Oh,
And
absolutely.
I think that's where you could put that match too, is on the Raw afterwards. But Bobby's coming in saying, "Do you guys think someone will show up after the match between Becky and Maxxine Duprie for the Intercontinental title later on tonight?" 100% I do, based off of a rumor that I've heard.
Absolutely. I fully expect it, given that this is New York City. As far as that match goes, and I am anticipating that to be our main event tonight. But I'm honestly expecting that person is going to show up mid-match and maybe cause enough of a distraction to cost Becky.
Well, I was thinking that as we see the Kabuki Warriors taunting Bailey and oh my God, why is her name escaping me?
Kairi Sane?
That's not Bailey's tag team partner.
Oh, Lyra Valkyria.
There we go, because I said Bailey. But yeah, they're.
I'm going to say this because I said this on the locker room breakdown. Asuka, please retire.
And I'm going to say this because I said it on the locker room breakdown. Asuka, stay. So I didn't catch what was all said there.
I didn't either. I don't know if it's for War Games and Bailey and Lyra are going to step in to take those remaining 2 spots on the women's War Games team.
Well, that's where I'm glad we swung back around to that, because I get a feeling that this rumored return tonight as Solo Sikoa and the surprise opponent is coming up next. This is the match I've been looking forward to.
Yes.
I get a feeling that this rumor that I've heard about, who's in the building tonight, is going to interject herself into War Games alongside Becky on the opposite side.
There he is, and we have a run-in. We have Mr. Chris Parrish joining us. How are we doing, my friend? Welcome back.
Doing well. Just wanted to make sure that there wasn't a mystery person here.
Oh, there is. There is.
Oh, yeah, I know. We question about you all the time. But that's not here nor there.
We've actually had John Cena joining us. He's just sort of in the green room. So
I don't know.
That's why you can't see him.
He follows me on X, and he told me he would never do that. So,
so Solo's mystery opponent. We all know who Mr. Best thinks it is. Mr. Parrish, who do you think it is?
well, do you know that Raw was taped earlier today, and I just flew home today? No, I'm just kidding. I'm gonna say it all depends on if we get a promo beforehand.
Okay.
I think it could be Nick Nemeth, Dolph Ziggler.
Okay. I'm going TNA as well. But I'm taking New York City's own and former TNA champion Mike Santana.
A lot of people would have thought this would have been the time we would have saw. I mean, imagine if Matt Cardona did Zack Ryder on Friday and then Matt Cardona tonight.
Right?
And then had 2.
You could.
I mean, he is always ready.
But then you could get later on Matt Ryder or Zach Cardona.
This is exactly why John Cena would never join us.
Yeah, I was just going to say on that note, I think it's time for our second commercial break.
Yeah. See?
Turnbuckle Studios and the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program bring you the week of streams. Monday nights you get the Locker Room Breakdown at 7 p.m. Eastern, followed by the Raw Patrol at 8 p.m. Eastern. Tuesday brings you the flagship show, Turnbuckle Talk, at 8:05 p.m. Eastern. Wednesday we play games with the PlayStation Showcase at 8 p.m. Eastern. Thursday we go TNA when we brace for Impact at 7:55 p.m. Eastern. Friday we secure all details as we answer the call for the SmackDown security detail at 8 p.m. Eastern. The weekend brings you Saturday Night Gaming at 8 p.m. Eastern. On Sundays be sure to catch the Chris Parrish podcast at 12:15 p.m. Eastern, followed by the Boar's Nest at 8 p.m. Eastern. Be part of the shows and join the chat every day.
And ladies and gentlemen, if you have ever wanted your break-in podcasting, content creation, potential collaboration, or just help us out behind the scenes, turnbucklestudios.org is the place to be. Go to turnbucklestudios.org/join. You can click the QR code up in the top left-hand corner, at least according to my screen, to go to the website. Go to /join. It gives you the opportunity to contact us via email. Send us your credentials. Let us know how you can help us, how we can help you. And then we can sit down as a collaborative and figure out the best fit. Go to the host section, meet the team, Mr. Best, Mr. Parrish, myself, Carl Carafel, and Bubba Duke. Get all of our socials, watch our latest weekly episodic shows, and click the shop link to go to carlcarafel.redbubble.com and get all of your Turnbuckle affiliation program merchandise. Turnbucklestudios.org, ladies and gentlemen, the hottest site on the internet. Do it, and do it now.
Now, I will say, since it's a mystery opponent, do we actually think it's somebody that is not on the active roster of the main roster?
Yeah, we figured they're announcing all of the NXT. That's why I'm going Mike Santana.
Well, we're about to find out.
Oh, you were right, Parrish. Wow.
If you're going to come in, you come in with a bang, people. I'm just saying, this is how it's done. And what is actually really awesome on this is, yes, Nick Nemeth returning as Dolph Ziggler, just like Matt Cardona returned as Zack Ryder. But there's elements of their current gimmick being shown on their past gimmick to show everybody that this is one time and one time only. I say that because we saw the Always Ready still on the Zack Ryder gear, which he did admit on the Van Vliet podcast that he has gear made for both characters in case that was a decision that needed to be made.
Yeah.
But we're seeing a lot of the Wanted Man stuff on Dolph Ziggler, Nick Nemeth, simply because it's for that one time pop.
Yes.
Like, we all know why they're doing it. We all know that he goes by Nick Nemeth in TNA. We all know the difference. But here's the thing. Does Dolph Ziggler lose to Solo the way Zack Ryder lost to LA Knight?
And that's where I'm going to say I don't think so, to be honest. Because I can totally see Dolph being a bump machine for Solo in this match.
But the respect that was shown after LA Knight and Zack Ryder in the back was absolutely huge. I don't think we're going to see that tonight.
Well, you just never know. The dream team of the Knight Rider might come back.
Right? I'd love to see it. And Dolph Ziggler showing us that he still hasn't lost a step inside the WWE ring with that beautiful drop kick into the spinning neck breaker.
Well, and as Beth said, he thought Ziggler would be a bump machine for Solo. It seems to be the other way around to kick off this match.
Yes. And Dolph with his tribute to John right off the bat going to that STF.
It also makes sense for Dolph Ziggler as well to be the surprise opponent here because of his deep history with the city of New York. I mean, it was in New York City where he did cash in his Money in the Bank and defeat Alberto Del Rio to become the World Heavyweight Champion.
Yes, he did.
I still think they should have done it at Mania.
Mm-hmm.
They did the exact same angle the day before at Mania, and they just didn't pull the trigger. But I mean, this now kind of closes the door of that match that would be Joe Hendry versus John Cena.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because we know that Dom is facing Cena for the Intercontinental title at Survivor Series, which is something also I've been saying too. I just didn't think it would be John Cena as champion.
Right.
And then
I don't think any of us thought John Cena as champion.
And then we all know the winner of this tournament faces John Cena on December 13th at Saturday night's main event.
Yes. And Solo running through Dolph Ziggler with that clothesline. Now, we know that Solo and Cena do not have a deep history. They did have a couple of matches. Would Solo be a fitting final match for John?
Certainly,
No.
if you're looking...
But you go ahead.
I was going to say, certainly, if you're looking to promote and push Solo the way they've been pushing him on SmackDown, they're trying to push him in the MFTs as being this dominant faction. Why not give him John Cena and give him a victory? And you have Solo take the victory over John.
Okay.
I say no because he's already had that opportunity. He had the rub already from John Cena.
Mm-hmm.
Then they had that big moment at WrestleMania 40 where they had all the hoopla going in that main event.
Yep.
And Solo didn't get that necessarily rise afterwards. So if it didn't work the first time, why would you assume that it's going to work the second time? And that's why I think it's better suited to go with someone else. Now, do I think that's Gunther? No. But it's fresh and it's new. And I think I prefer to see a new match on December 13th than one that's already seen before. And that's why I'm going to cancel out Sheamus, cancel out Rusev, and cancel out what I've already seen. And just by saying that, I can cancel out what the match we're seeing right now. I go back and say what I said last week when this started. If I don't really think that they're going to win the tournament, why are they even in it to begin with?
Right. See, for me, like, I'm okay with the idea of Gunther versus Cena, but I don't need Gunther with the Intercontinental Championship again.
There's no necessary reason that he is champion on December 13th.
Right.
So I think it's okay on that end as long as Cena loses it back to Dom, which I am putting all your money on.
Oh, absolutely. I said the same thing earlier as well. I do believe Dom walks out of Survivor Series as the Intercontinental Champion. But personally, like I actually I've picked Rusev to win the whole thing right from the start, though I would like to see Sheamus get that match as well. Gunther already did the Goldberg retirement. I think that, you know, are you going to have him become that new legend killer?
No. I think he already is a final boss type guy. Sorry, I'm just having a moment where think about how crazy 2025 is in pro wrestling.
Yeah.
And let's just stick with the WWE for 1 second. We have seen Joe Hendry in the Royal Rumble. We saw Jey Uso win the Royal Rumble.
Yep.
We saw John Cena turn heel. We saw John Cena break Ric Flair's record of 16-time world championships. We then saw Joe Hendry versus Randy Orton at WrestleMania. So the TNA heavyweight champion in 2 PLEs in WWE. We have seen the Winged Eagle title.
Yeah.
We have seen Zack Ryder, Dolph Ziggler, and CM Punk became world heavyweight champion. And AJ Lee came back.
Yeah, WWE has made it difficult for me for the year-end awards for the turnbuckle talk there. Let's just say that there. Except for as far as their events go, because my event of the year is still Triple Mania.
Right. And let's not forget this new working partnership that they have with TNA.
And they bought AAA.
Yeah.
Dolph almost beat Solo.
I mean, one's a former world champion, one's not. I mean, I don't think it's an upset. I mean, Dolph Ziggler, Nick Nemeth, has been world champion in the last year. Solo SIKOA has not. And I mean, within the last year, since this day.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, and by the way, Trick Williams won the TNA title.
Yeah.
JC Jane won the TNA Knockouts title. Joe Hendry signed with the WWE.
Yeah.
And we still got about a month and a half left of this year.
Yeah.
And then John Cena's going to retire. Like,
and Solo taking the victory over Dolph Ziggler.
There we go. That's the Dolph I know.
Right.
What's up, Neil? How you doing? All the way from Great Britain. How you doing, man? Greetings to you. Thanks for checking us out. My name's Chris Parrish. Above me is OM Dynamic and Chris Bass. We are the Raw Patrol. Well, 3 members of the Raw Patrol. And this is Turnbuckle Studios. We are surveilling the scenes of Monday Night Raw. How are you? And thanks for joining us. If you can, let us know a little bit about yourself.
I had a thought that I thought Talatonga was going to try and find his way into this match.
Why was he even out there?
Unless we're going to get something out of the Survivor Series match that's coming, I guess not.
No.
And I mean, you want to talk about the surprises? Bobby pointed out that Kalani Jordan is our TNA Knockouts champion.
Yeah. I saw that live. It was weird.
The former Dana Brooke was the TNA Knockouts champion until she had to relinquish it.
And let's go back to JC Jane with her Knockouts title win. She was also the NXT Women's Champion when she won that title too.
Yes.
Oh, and then Ethan Page has decided just to make the North American title a Canadian title, which for us who are all Canadians,
yeah,
2 a.m. in the morning. Damn, man. Yeah, you guys kind of get the wrong end of the stick when it comes to watching wrestling with the time difference.
Yeah.
And just to let you know, the 3 of us aren't even on the same time. So
no, we're not.
We're on different sides of this country, Canada. So, which I know you know of because Great Britain and Canada are like besties, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Canada used to be a member of the Great Britain.
Yes, we are still part of the Commonwealth.
Yeah. Where I live, we have Commonwealth Stadium.
There you go.
It's the biggest football stadium in Canada.
Since we're talking about things you can be a part of, you can be a part of us. Just take a look at this Help Wanted.
A Turnbuckle affiliation program is looking for more people. If you have passion level for pro wrestling, sports, videos games, or something else, then Turnbuckle Studios is the place to be. If you have ever wanted to pursue content creation and want to join our team, then we would love to have you. Check out turnbucklestudios.org or contact us by email today because your future is now, and we want you to tap in.
And ladies and gentlemen, once again, if you want your break in podcasting, content creation, or potential collaboration, just go to turnbucklestudios.org. Turnbucklestudios.org/join allows you to send us an email, which will be answered by a couple of people. Tell us how you can help us, how we can help you, and we can sit down as a collaboration and figure out the best fit. Go to the host section, meet the team. Chris Parrish, Chris Best, Bubba Duke, Carl Carafel, and myself. Watch our latest weekly episodic shows. Get all of our socials. And go to turnbucklestudios.org/shop to go to carlcarafel.redbubble.com. Or to make it all even easier, hit the QR code in the upper left-hand corner, and it'll take you right to the website. Turnbucklestudios.org, ladies and gentlemen, the hottest site on the internet. Do it, and do it now.
You're so demanding, man.
I am.
OM demanding. Tulsa time, eh, Neil? Ooh. So now that we finally got more than 2 matches set for Survivor Series, what do you guys think of the card?
Oh, I'm still excited for it.
Me too.
We now have 3 matches for the tonight, or for Survivor Series.
Don't we have 4? Isn't Stephanie and Nikki Bella for that's
No.
Nikki never said Survivor Series.
Oh, how much do you want to bet that it goes to Survivor Series?
I'm saying it ends. It's at the Raw the night after, or the Raw afterwards.
It's not a match that I'm in a rush for. It's not something I desperately need to see. And quite frankly, I don't think Nikki Bella should win the championship.
I don't think anybody's in a rush to see Nikki Bella wrestle, but that's besides the point. It's official. It's a match. That's going to happen.
OMD's lying. I saw him go on his phone and text that he wanted to buy tickets to that fight.
It's true. It's just like his Leafs in the Cup. He's a fan of the you can look, but you can't touch. Hey.
And our goalies are just as bad this year as Stuart Skinner. So
nobody's as bad as Stuart Skinner.
And that's no surprise. Lin-Manuel Miranda is in the crowd as per usual. Every time they go to a New York show, he's there.
Who is he?
right?
He is a Broadway director. He's a Broadway director, famous for his Broadway acting as well. He's a big name in the Broadway world.
Oh. Hey. It's the Godfather, Carafel's own Alexa Bliss. He has a huge crush on her. Yeah, he's not here, so we're going to just completely throw him under the bus. Or at least I will, because I can get away with it.
I kind of like that match card for this for War Games there.
Yeah.
I'm really enjoying where they put Lash Legend and the allegiance with Nia Jax. I thought that was amazingly well done.
Me too. I was actually the one who called it on the SmackDown security detail when they did it. But we do have Alexa Bliss in the ring.
Oh, okay. Just take my money and give me Bliss versus Becky on the microphone.
Yeah, that was a very emotional and impassioned promo from Alexa, and I still think that Charlotte's going to be joining the War Games match regardless.
Oh, I do too, and I think she's turning at War Games. But why did Nia wearing a Rey Mysterio shirt?
But very intriguing and telling promo from Alexa saying, you know, I know who you are. I know who you are on the inside. And you're my best friend.
And then Neil Clark commented and Dynamite Kid and Davey Boy Smith. Yes.
Yeah.
But why?
I mean, Dynamite did take his ball and go home, and
Yeah,
Davey
but
stayed with the WWF.
Yeah, but they were also really good.
Yeah, they were too.
If there wasn't Dynamite Kid, we wouldn't have, you know, the guy that WWE can't say, but we will say, and Benoit.
Yeah.
But like, he was very inspirational, and I'm very happy that I know the family.
As Io and Rhea making our way down to back Alexa in this situation.
I feel Io Sky or Io Shirai, Io Sky, whatever you want to call her. I think she has too much fun with cardio. Nobody has that much fun with cardio.
My nerddom for Friends is going to come into play here, but she kind of reminds me of the episode where Phoebe and Rachel want to go running in Central Park, and Phoebe runs like I don't know what she runs like, but it's insane. But Io Sky runs just the same way.
No, Phoebe runs like a bushwhacker.
Yeah. Oh, you know which episode I'm talking about then.
Yep. My wife loves Friends. I know exactly what you're talking about. It's the time I say I'm going to go watch good TV. Like this. Dear God. Man. Lash. I've never been the biggest Lash supporter in ring, but I will say, can you teach other women how to throw a wicked ass strike? Because damn.
Here comes Charlotte.
With the kendo stick. And Bobby, I'm going to challenge you. Can you name me every patch on her pants?
Where did Io and Rhea go?
They got beat up.
And the Kabuki Warriors, for that matter. Oh, they're still at ringside.
They're beating each other up.
Well, they were fighting over by the timekeeper's table.
Yeah, beating each other up. Now, with all this being...
Do we get the turn here from Charlotte?
No.
I think we're going to see an uneasy handshake between Rhea and Charlotte, though.
If it's a true New York crowd, they will chant "hug it out."
Oh.
Oh, come on, Joe.
Really?
Like how Joe's not the one talking and I'm blaming him. I will not get mad at Wade Barrett. Not the guy that has 3 different hair colors going on right now.
Right?
And he pulls them all off. That's the jealous in me part. Okay, gotta ask. I'll ask both of you. I'll ask everyone in the chat. Thoughts of Jimmy Uso joining the team?
Meh.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm not sure I get it.
It almost feels like it did last year with Punk. It almost feels forced.
See, I enjoyed the Punk thing because it led to something.
Right.
What I don't get is I understand the logic, and trust me, if there's one thing that I am, it's pro logic.
Yeah.
But why? Like, because he's just a twin brother?
I don't mind it, but I don't like the way they approached it. Like just him walking up to Jay saying, "Hey, I'll join your team," in the locker room. It should have built up to something.
Well, he said when I talked with Punk earlier, I told him I'm in. But
yeah, that's all it was, though.
But yeah, I mean, Jimmy for me really. We're getting Cody Rhodes replacing Sami Zayn from last year's Survivor Series team.
Well, I mean, Cody Rhodes was in the year before when Punk debuted.
Yeah.
So, I mean, were they, weren't they? I don't know. Like, I don't get like bloodline vibes with what's going on by any means. But what I do not get is the fact that you had this kind of like on and off. Or do they trust each other? Are they good or whatever with Jimmy and Jay? And then don't get me wrong, I love Jimmy Uso, but he just doesn't seem on everybody's level right now. And it just makes no sense. And I guess it's time for the women's Intercontinental title match because the man has come around.
So we did see during that rundown that, yes, you'd called it Paris, Stephanie VAQUER, and Nikki Bella at Survivor Series.
2 for 2.
Okay, I'm going to go out. Do we see a new women's Intercontinental champion here tonight?
I really hope not. And that's just not anything against Maxine. No. I just think and here's the thing, I don't even think AJ Lee should be the one that takes the title off Becky Lynch either.
I'm with you there as well.
But that match I think needs to happen for the Intercontinental title.
Oh, see, I don't think we need the Intercontinental title for that. For me, I know I've said it. Becky seems to be using the Intercontinental Championship as more of a set piece. That's my standing on it.
Sure, but she is defending it a good amount of times, though.
She is.
And it's, if anything, I would say Becky Lynch is making the Intercontinental title more meaningful than, in my opinion, what Stephanie VAQUER is doing to the women's world title.
I can understand where you're coming from.
And to be fair, she's defended it more times than Julia defended the U.S. title when she had the U.S. championship.
Yeah,
but
that's why.
For me, I mean, I think it was a mistake for them to take it off of Lyra.
Yep.
I'm with you, though. Like, I do not want Maxine to win the Intercontinental Championship yet. She's not there. But I do think that if we're going to get that Becky Lynch, AJ Lee match, we don't need the Intercontinental title in that picture.
Yeah. Bobby coming in saying that to him, Natalya or Bayley should be the one to take the title off him. And I don't hate either one, says Becky is talking smack to the LP and figure of John Cena, which is terrific. What I think will just elevate the championship is obviously Becky Lynch defending it against a lot of new competitors, like she is with Maxine Dupree. If I'm going to make a bold prediction, I will say this. Let Becky Lynch hold it for a while, and a returning Zoe Stark defeats her for the Intercontinental Championship.
Okay.
We're not far off from a Zoe return.
No.
I was going to suggest this. If if Maxine is to win the Intercontinental Championship tonight, and I think the only way she does is with a distraction from an AJ Lee, do Becky Lynch and Maxine or AJ become those fifth women on each Survivor Series team?
I do think Becky and AJ make the most logical sense to beef up the star power name for the Survivor Series Women's War Games match. Sorry?
I was going to say, and that's where I'm leading with AJ Lee possibly showing up tonight. Rumor is she's in the building. That's the rumor I've been hearing all day.
Well, I even said it last week. It wouldn't surprise me if AJ was here tonight because she is originally from New Jersey, and we are at Madison Square Garden tonight in New York.
And I just have a weird feeling to, like, not only are we going to get AJ Lee and Becky kind of rekindle that, it's Survivor Series. It's one of the big four that we always grew up on, the big four. I do want to just point out, Bobby did say you can give Ivy Nile a shot and more opportunities, and 100%. I do think that as well. It's just, I don't know. Like, I don't know what they're doing right now with the Creeds and Ivy Nile, because they seem to just kind of fallen off a cliff since Chad Gable got hurt. But it's,
I don't know. Apparently, from what I've heard, Ivy's hurt.
I mean, that's always, if you don't see anybody for a while, that's always what people are going to say. That is fantastic.
Yeah, Becky getting right up into Maxine's face, and the look on Maxine's face there just says, I'm going to punch you in the mouth.
Yes.
I'm not even going to lie. If AJ Lee comes out now, or like right after the bell rings, and it's a quick roll up for Maxine, I can get behind that.
Yes.
Yeah.
And notice that it is referee Jessica Carr.
Yep.
Who Becky has taken issue with.
It just as you seen her shove the title into Jessica's face.
Yes.
Well, chest. I am so happy they had the blue into that title now. The blue adds so much to that championship. And the more, I will say, the more I see that design, the more I do like it.
Oh, wow.
We almost got that finish that you guys were talking about without AJ Lee, though.
And Maxine really coming out like a house of fire again in what is her third opportunity to win this Intercontinental Championship.
Well, she's wearing green like Sheamus, so she might not win, just like Sheamus never won the IC title. Sorry, had to put that out there. Haven't seen Maxine wear anything other than the red, white, and blue. She always wears those colors, so, or maybe the pink, like she wore the pink and white.
And notice we didn't get the Alpha Academy logo on her Tron. It was Maxine Dupree.
Well, she definitely has the MD on there.
Not only that,
you don't have to specify that she is making two of your initials more famous right now.
She is. And she didn't have Otis or Tozawa even accompanying her to the top of the ramp.
So what you're saying is OMD truly stands for Otis Maxine Dupree.
On that note, I think it's time for another advertisement, guys.
Make it so.
The Turnbuckle Studios store is open for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Get the merch and represent the best from the shows you watch on a weekly basis. Multiple styles to choose from with over 10 products available. Don't get left out and pick up all your favorites today. Find us at carlcarafel.redbubble.com.
And ladies and gentlemen, once again, if you have ever wanted your break in podcasting, content creation, potential collaboration, or just help us out behind the scenes, turnbucklestudios.org is the place to be. Go to the host section, meet the team. Chris Parrish, Chris Best, myself, Bubba Duke, and Carl Carafel. Watch our latest weekly episodic shows, including the Wednesday PlayStation Showcase, the Chris Parrish Podcast Sundays at 12:15 p.m. Eastern, or the Locker Room Breakdown right before the Raw Patrol with myself, Mondays at 7 p.m. Get all of our socials. Go to turnbucklestudios.org/join to send us your credentials. Tell us how you can help us or how we can help you. And click the shop link to go to carlcarafel.redbubble.com. Get all of your Turnbuckle affiliation program merchandise. Turnbucklestudios.org. Ladies and gentlemen, the hottest site on the internet. Do it and do it now.
I will also let everybody know that if by chance you are watching on the Twitch side of things, we do have a 210 follower goal right now, and we are currently at 208. Just need 2 more to reach that new goal. So we appreciate if anybody can spread the word and help us reach that goal. Also, if by chance you haven't liked or really subscribed to us on YouTube, you can do that right now and make sure you hit that notification bell button to alert yourself every time Turnbuckle Studios goes live. It is just something that you can do to make sure you don't forget or get stuck following our content. So you can always do that. And also, if you're on Facebook, make sure you give a like to Turnbuckle Studios, because we are also live on Facebook every single time as we now return to the Women's Intercontinental Championship match. Oh, they added O'Reilly's to the advertisement on the canvas.
Maxine really seems to be firing up here, and
we do have the Fireflies out there in Madison Square Garden.
yes, we do. Very, very intriguing.
Maxine is taking it to Becky Lynch right now with a beautiful Fisher, let's say, women's suplex, but does not keep the pin. And I think that is a mistake of Maxxine Duprie. You're in a championship match. You are the challenger. Anytime you have a pin attempt, you do it.
Yeah, but I do like the fact that Maxine is at least trying to keep on Becky.
Yeah, but
she did come back with that attempted knee, or that leg drop across the back, and then went back to the pin, promptly trying to go to the ankle lock.
When you're dealing with somebody like Becky Lynch, though, you cannot assume that if you do one more thing, that's it. You always have to take the opportunities that are given to you. Mm-hmm. So if there's a pin attempt, there's a submission attempt, you always take it, because Becky Lynch is way too experienced in that ring, especially in title matches, and she's way too intelligent to get out of anything or to get by from anything. So your opportunities to get one up on Becky Lynch in this scenario is going to be very rare.
Now, does Becky's history and this supposed beef with Jessica Carr come into play in this match at all?
I think it might still.
What an escape there from Maxine, trying to go to the ankle lock, but rolled right back over into that Fujiwara armbar.
Now has full control of the ankle lock and has now made sure Becky Lynch is in the middle and has hooked that leg now as she is now on her back.
Yes, she is grapevine that leg.
But with those long legs, she's allowing herself. And Becky knows that. And that's where that experience comes into play.
Jessica Carr seeing that foot on the rope.
And I think this is where we're going to see a little bit of interaction with Becky and Jessica Carr.
Yep.
Yep. Jessica trying to remain impartial with this whole situation.
Yep.
Now Becky has physically touched Jessica Carr.
Yeah. Jessica's had enough by the looks of it.
Does Becky get herself disqualified again?
Well, here's the thing. I think, attempted, but the first time we saw it, we saw Jessica Carr lay hands on Becky Lynch as well as she removed that finger.
AJ Lee is on her way to the ring.
Yes, she is.
And we have a new women's Intercontinental champion. Wow.
As Maxine almost took out AJ Lee in entry.
Yeah.
The aisleway. Now, I do believe that this is a foregone conclusion that we will see these two in the Women's War Games match.
Oh, yeah. But now Lyra Valkyria can challenge for the Intercontinental champion again.
That she can. Back when Maxine had approached Adam Pearce about this third opportunity, she said, there is somebody I need to go and train with. Could that somebody have been AJ Lee when they were preparing for this?
I'm now leaning towards that. I thought it was Natty at first, but I'm more leaning towards AJ now.
I still think it's Natty. I think it's going to just be played up that it could be AJ Lee.
Okay. Pete coming in saying, love the way Becky and AJ put Maxine over. Absolutely.
But we have to say, Becky Lynch is first in line for a rematch.
Yes.
Yeah, and I think that she could very well get that rematch, say Saturday night's main event.
Or another episode of Monday Night Raw, as that's exactly how Maxine won the title.
Yep.
Because we all know that on that Saturday night's main event, it's going to be very NXT filled.
Right.
I do not think we're going to get any main roster set matches with the exception of John Cena on that card.
Okay.
Well, main roster versus main roster.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I do want to let everybody know the reasons why you're seeing all these shirts from the past on Superstars is because WWE and Fanatics Fest definitely have a thing going on where Fanatics has dropped new retro stuff from whether it's NWO, Stone Cold Steve Austin, DX, etc. They had a huge Fanatics Fest earlier today. So it's just to showcase Fanatics and the WWE line that came out. And Roxanne Perez and Raquel Rodriguez has shown everyone how to get their promo done in time without getting cut off.
And Javon Evans making his way out to the ring for his match.
Yes, for his unaliving.
What do you guys say if Javon Evans actually beats Gunther?
I would be
I'd
stunned.
shocked and happy. I mean, we've already had a lot of unexpected moments in this tournament.
Yes, we have.
Pete, I appreciate you letting everybody know to hit the like button, but lurkers, I think we can maybe call everybody the turnbucklers. Huh?
I like that.
Brandon Marshall, former NFL player for the Chicago Bears, the Denver Broncos, and an analyst for the NFL on Netflix.
For the New York Jets, the city that he's actually in.
Yes, as he was playing with his action figures at ringside.
Yeah, and apparently he doesn't know how to play with them like an adult because he was just like going, yeah, 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 yeah. Like a 2-year-old. I know that because that's exactly how my son plays. Now, Javon Evans is doing one thing. He's actually completing the Hattie this calendar year, and he has now officially performed on NXT, SmackDown, and Raw in the year 2025.
Yes.
Yep.
As well as TNA.
Yeah. But they're not owned by WWE.
Right.
It's just a working relationship. And we get the old music back for Gunther.
Yes. And he's not coming out in his traditional jacket. He is coming out in a robe.
Which was what he used to do when he was wrestling as Walter.
So Def Rebel has been future endeavored.
By the Ring General.
I love it. Now, when we do get Pete Dunne back, does that mean we get the old Pete Dunne theme back?
I hope so.
Right? I think Javon's chest might look a lot like Kofi Kingston's after this match.
Right.
Yeah.
Javon very tentative going into that, but then trying to kick at Gunther's hamstring. And the fans seem to be chanting Goldberg's name. And Bobby saying Javon Evans will be wrestling in AAA in Mexico this coming weekend.
Yeah, so he's going to be completing the home run, basically.
He just needs to do Evolve now. I think that would be considered part of that home run. Hey, got to do everything. If you want the home run, you got to do everything.
Yeah. I don't know if you wanted to do that, Javon. Javon.
Javon trying to get into a striking contest with Gunther. This is not going to play out well.
More of a chopping contest.
Yeah, but Javon's ducking every one of Gunther's hits or swings.
Well, he better, because the time where he gets hit, he's done.
Yeah, just like that big boot to the head there.
Yep.
Uh-oh.
And Javon Evans is staying true to the gimmick, because after that kick and that bump, that boy is definitely bouncy. Maybe not, Pete. I don't know. But I mean, Javon Evans is a student of the game. He definitely does put in the work. I know just this past weekend, NXT had a show in Chicago, and he faced Gunther, or he faced Sheamus actually, and had a bang out match to where Sheamus gave a lot of respect to Javon Evans. So if you can hang with Sheamus, I'm sure Javon Evans has the guts to hang with Gunther. Whether or not he beats him, completely different story.
Oh, yeah. In my personal opinion, Javon Evans does have one of the brightest futures in the WWE.
I mean, to say that he's a bright future is an understatement. He is still in his early 20s. He is a former North American champion, I believe.
Yep.
And has been in the ring with multiple big name superstars. Has, again, as we listed, just where he has traveled to go: Mexico, Raw, SmackDown, NXT, TNA. Definitely a great time for somebody with his age and his skill set to just hit.
And let's not forget that even prior to his signing with NXT, he did wrestle for another company as well as an enhancement talent.
You can say it. We're a wrestling show.
He did wrestle for AEW.
Yeah. We don't hate AEW here. We just are following WWE.
Touche.
Yeah.
Javon blocking that abdominal stretch.
If I was Gunther, I'd just elbow him in the face. And then you got it.
Well, Javon Evans has got his own abdominal stretch on.
Oh,
Gunther,
Gunther right
easily.
away. And any inspiring young talent, look how Gunther got out of that abdominal stretch. The way that he positioned his left arm to get free and get to the position to get that hip toss in there. Absolutely perfectly executed. And yes, just an amazing technician, the ring general is. I will say though, if Gunther does win this match, does he just go ahead and face Sheamus and we get that match in the second round? Because from what I understand, the second round is going to be randomly drawn.
That's what I was going to hint at for the second round too. I've said, I was thinking this today. Like, I kind of, if we have that first round randomly drawn, why not have that second round randomly drawn as well?
Well, I think that's exactly where it is because we have not seen a bracket at all.
No, we haven't.
No, and believe me, I tried looking online this afternoon for one.
No, I mean, you can make one. It's just not necessarily accurate.
Right?
We just know what matches are. We don't know if there's a format.
How would you guys feel about a Gunther Rusev final match for this tournament?
I mean, I kind of rather have a, I guess, Penta Gunther if I'm really going there. But
I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing those two somewhere down the road fight each other.
I mean, we did see a potential match in the opening match, and that is because we still have to remember Finn Balor is part of this tournament. He does face Penta on Friday. We could see Finn Balor go a long way, as a lot of people still believe that WWE can do more with Finn Balor, and I wouldn't hate it because it's still fresh. It's still something we have never seen before. It just isn't John Cena putting a younger talent over,
right?
But it is somebody that could use that to their advantage to become a main guy. So the theory would still stay, but
right.
I mean, I'm still gonna hope for Carmelo Hayes. I mean, that is still the match I want to see. It's from the get-go of this year. I remember saying, like, give me Carmelo Hayes and John Cena.
Right.
But never did I think that will be it.
Now, I'm going to suggest this one to you, and you were there, Parrish, when Jey Uso eliminated John Cena to win the Royal Rumble. Would it be fitting for Jey Uso to then be that guy to win this tournament and finish the year the way he started it?
I would say no, because I think the mass amount of fans, as much as they like to yeet, I don't think they want Jey Uso in that position. I don't. Now, I'll put this out there. Everyone, chat, you guys, everyone. Do we want to see John Cena against somebody that has held a world title? Or do we want to see somebody who hasn't, to have the honor of John Cena's last match? Because the one thing we now know, with Dolph Ziggler opening up that mystery opponent earlier with Solo, we're not getting Edge or Adam Copeland. We're not getting Joe Hendry. We're not getting Chris Jericho. We're not getting any of that. So we're going to see one of Solo Sikoa, the winner of Gunther and Javon Evans. We're going to get one of Sheamus. We're going to get one of Rusev. or whoever wins their matches on SmackDown, whether it's Penta, whether it's Bronson Reed or Carmelo Hayes or even Finn Balor. So do we want to see a former world champion, or do we see somebody that has yet to get there?
Yeah, and that's where I think I'd want someone who's yet to get there.
And then I'll even narrow it down more, because if we go to the signs of somebody that hasn't been there, now you're looking. We're scrapping Sheamus. He's been there. Rusev is an option because he's never been world champion. We're scrapping Jey Uso. He's been world champion, right?
Yep.
We're scrapping Finn Balor. He's been a world champion. So we're taking Penta, who's roughly older. You're not exactly putting down or putting up a young guy in Penta. Bronson Reed and Carmelo Hayes are right there. And then it would be Javon Evans then in that case, instead of Gunther.
Right.
So to narrow it down, then out of that group, who would you prefer to see if it's a non-world champion?
I'm going to have to go with, in that situation, if we're going to the non-world champions, I'm going Bronson Reed.
Yep, I think I'm going to go that route too.
And Bronson Reed would more or less be a guy that you can say, hey, whether or not you wanted Brock Lesnar to defeat The Undertaker in the streak, or whether or not you wanted maybe Bray Wyatt, who was the year after, to do it, whatever it may be, Bronson Reed, current superstar that could use an accolade just like that, as then Braun Breaker, who I still believe will face Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. I think he just needs big match moments. And if Bronson Reed gets, okay, I put down guys like Braun Strowman, I put down guys like Seth Rollins multiple times now. I've retired John Cena. That really puts him in line for a big-time opportunity for a big-time championship.
And I've said this about Bronson Reed because we've seen him beat Roman Reigns twice. You just mentioned he's put down Seth Rollins multiple times. And yet Braun Breaker still seems to be the one getting all of the accolades for the vision and being labeled as the future.
In a weird way, does that not remind you of Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins?
Yeah.
And how ironic is it that Paul Heyman has managed all four of those guys now?
Right.
But it's true. Braun Breaker, NXT champion multiple times. Seth Rollins was an NXT champion. Who was an Intercontinental champion? It wasn't Bronson Reed. It was Braun Breaker.
Yep. But Bronson Reed was the NXT North American champion.
Yeah. But it wasn't the world champion.
No.
Braun Breaker was also the guy who defeated Gunther in NXT and then Tyler Bate to unify the NXT and NXT UK championships.
Mm-hmm.
Braun Breaker was the face of NXT 2.0.
Mm-hmm.
And then Braun Breaker was also someone that had the company views as their next big guy. So just like Roman Reigns was pegged in that same way, it made Seth Rollins hungrier and more wanting to get more done. I wonder if that would do the same with Bronson Reed, given what you just said about Braun Breaker.
Man, I'm not going to lie. I love Javon Evans and his aerial tactics. They're so crisp.
This match has actually gone on longer than I expected.
I mean, As it should, though. Javon Evans is the only NXT representation in this tournament, which means he is the only developing WWE talent in this tournament.
I thought there was an NXT superstar that wrestled. No, it was Miz and Jey Uso versus, yeah. I thought there was an NXT that had wrestled on SmackDown. But yeah, Javon Evans is the only.
Mm-hmm.
But Javon, I think Javon is going to go to sleep here.
I do too.
No, maybe not.
I wouldn't be surprised if we get if Gunther is to win, we see that splash.
Yeah, Javon's
going
to sleep.
He's just tapped.
And Gunther now sitting in the CM Punk pose, cross-legged in the middle of the ring.
But I wanted to go back to you guys talking about Gunther being the possible legend killer. If he does end up winning the tournament and ends up challenging John Cena, he could very well become that legend killer and maybe even become AJ Styles' last match or even Shinsuke Nakamura's last match, as them two are slated to retire shortly too.
Yes. Now, I'm going to put this one out there. We saw Paul Heyman in the office earlier with both Nick Aldis and Adam Pearce saying, wait until you see what I have in store for you later tonight. Could Gunther be that fifth man for the Vision in War Games?
I'm gonna go with no, only because if Gunther wanted to be a part of a group, he had one, and he decided to give it to Ludwig Kaiser.
Mm-hmm.
I love that t-shirt for AJ Lee, by the way. Your favorite wrestler's favorite wrestler. And Rhea has now come into the... Yeah.
And that's how War Games, the women's War Games, completes its lineup.
Yeah.
Of course, I didn't get to hear what Rhea had to say.
She said, can we just talk for a second?
Yeah. Is it just me, or should we... Oh, they've now added a Punk style version of this. I mean,
yeah, I think they're doing these ads, but they're going with, like, they're focusing on each wrestler in these ads.
Yeah, and their perspective, and I do like that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very intrigued with Brock Lesnar's now. And then I have to beg the question, do we get a Paul Heyman one?
I think we have to. So next week on Raw, Mello or Bronson Reed versus Gunther.
Okay, so we kind of now could piece together a format.
Solo takes on Finn or Penta.
which means then SmackDown would get the true finals. Right? If Raw's getting both quarterfinals.
There's still two more. There's still two more quarterfinals.
Yeah, no, sorry, I meant the semifinals. If Raw's getting the semifinals, SmackDown has to get the finals.
The finals, we figured it out, would break down to the Monday before Saturday night's main event, unless you're going to do it the night before.
Well, then SmackDown gets the absolute shillelagh up there. You know where. And I don't think I could have kept that any more PG.
No, but just as the Vision make their way out to the ring here, why don't we just one more time show off where you can find all of our programming?
Turnbuckle Studios and the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program bring you the week of streams. Monday nights you get the Locker Room Breakdown at 7 p.m. Eastern, followed by the Raw Patrol at 8 p.m. Eastern. Tuesday brings you the flagship show, Turnbuckle Talk, at 8:05 p.m. Eastern. Wednesday we play games with the PlayStation Showcase at 8 p.m. Eastern. Thursday we go TNA when we brace for Impact at 7:55 p.m. Eastern. Friday we secure all details as we answer the call for the SmackDown security detail at 8 p.m. Eastern. The weekend brings you Saturday Night Gaming at 8 p.m. Eastern. On Sundays be sure to catch the Chris Parrish podcast at 12:15 p.m. Eastern, followed by the Boar's Nest at 8 p.m. Eastern. Be part of the shows and join the chat every day.
And ladies and gentlemen, once again, if you have ever wanted your break in podcasting, content creation, potential collaboration, or help us out behind the scenes, turnbucklestudios.org is the place to be. Or click the QR code up in the left-hand corner of your screen. Go to join to send us your credentials. Tell us how you feel you can help us, how you feel we can help you. And it will come to us via an email. Somebody will get back to you. And then we can sit down as a collective and figure out the best fit. Go to the host section, meet your team, Chris Parrish, Chris Best, Bubba Duke, Carl Carafel, and myself. Watch all of our latest weekly episodic shows, get our socials, or go to the shop link and go to carlcarafel.redbubble.com to get all of the latest Turnbuckle Affiliation Program merchandise. Turnbucklestudios.org, ladies and gentlemen, the hottest site on the internet. Do it, and do it now.
It's Drew McIntyre's coming to the ring right now.
He is, and he didn't come out with the Vision, so seems that Logan Paul has officially joined the Vision as the third member.
It also shows that Drew McIntyre is not a true team player.
Mm-hmm.
Which is kind of slightly odd because he has teamed with Logan Paul before.
Yes, he has.
So, I mean, they're pretty much wearing the exact same thing too.
But I mean, I think in this instance, I think Drew's in it for his own self because he does want to get his hands on Cody one more time.
When hasn't Drew McIntyre done it for himself?
Right?
Yeah.
Remember when he joined the Judgment Day for War Games?
Yeah. That was the year CM Punk came back.
Right?
And then he left on his own for himself. And I will also say that, yes, he wants a shot at Cody, but I think he also wants a shot at Punk.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
There is not, and that's the thing, though. When you're on, like, if you're on the Team Vision, well, I'm just going to say Team Vision.
Right.
You are up against both world champions. So there has to be added wanting to beat one of those champions inside War Game, because if you do, that has to guarantee you a future world title shot.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
So are we for sure set that we're going to get Brock and Roman as the last men in this?
I'm almost 100% on Roman. I'm really hoping it's not Brock.
Yeah, but going back to the rumor mill, I did hear Roman is in the building as well.
Why not Brock?
Because I don't need him. I'm tired of him coming back and then leaving. And I know I thought it was brilliant when he was the champion. I don't need Brock Lesnar to come back for this match.
But Brock in a War Games match would be gross.
Meh.
Brock
For me,
against
it's
Roman
meh.
inside the War Games.
There was part of me that kind of was hoping Brock Lesnar went against Solo, and then we would have in the finals got Brock versus Gunther, because that would have been unbelievably disgusting. Why is Logan wearing like Shield-like gear? He looks weird.
He looks like he went to Spirit Halloween and bought the Shield gear.
That looks like it's a Temu version. I went to Target and got the Shield look for $14.99.
The more I see that Nexus inspired shirt from Punk, the more I want it.
I mean, to be fair, though, he did have that logo before the Nexus.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's the yellow that makes you think more Nexus, because Nexus's colors were black and yellow.
Yeah.
I do like the fact that they're showcasing Jey Uso as the number one Allegiant member to CM Punk.
Mm-hmm.
And this is, I guess too, like this is why it makes me look at Jimmy Uso more so as a sidekick. But also, let's look at what Jey Uso is wearing and how ironically similar it is to Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul.
Mm-hmm.
He's not wearing anything Yeet. He's not wearing anything Uso. Which is very different for him.
Well, he did. Well, I mean, he did have a hat on that said Yeet, and he came out with his Yeet glasses as well.
He did. And even prior to going to that match with Punk at Saturday night's main event, he was coming out just wearing the black and very little color.
I mean, Joe, you don't have to be that excited. I think it was pretty obvious. We're just going to bring out everybody from the War Games match. Oh, guys, who else is here? Really? Doing that, Joe? I also like how Cody Rhodes does have the name patch on in the way of War Games.
Yeah. I think we're going to get ourselves a bit of a brawl here, boys.
It's a good old-fashioned brouhaha. And in a weird way, it makes sense because we're seeing Drew and Cody who have the history together. We're seeing Logan and Punk who have that history with each other, and the Usos with Braun and Bronson who have that history together. So if we were to get Roman and Brock, it's only ironic because they have that history together.
A very deep history against one another. And here comes the beast incarnate himself.
He nicely puts the cowboy hat down. That's fantastic. It's like,
Wouldn't that be something though if he teased fighting Punk but grabbed Logan Paul instead?
I mean, he has just as much history with Roman and Punk where he might just be like, I respect these guys. And Cody, too. Let's not forget Cody.
We're going to see a
Jesus.
Lesnar throw Punk around.
Punk, at your age, can you have this? I don't know, man.
And the last time we saw these two guys in the ring, they were shaking hands. Now they're trading fists.
Oh, we're going to get the guy. I don't believe it. I don't think we're not going to get it tonight. There we go. I knew it.
They were a little fast on trying to pull up that ending there.
Were they? It's on Netflix. They can do it whenever they damn well want.
Brock Lesnar looks like he's looking around for everybody else, but I don't think he needs everybody else.
I think he's trying to make sure nobody else is coming in the ring.
Right?
Telling everybody, don't move. I will kill you. What a bump by Lesnar.
Yeah.
Damn.
Guy called Dolph Ziggler the bump machine. Roman or Brock Lesnar might be that too.
No, you're right with the bump machine. Brock Lesnar's just a damn factory.
Yeah.
Like, nope. Oh, I want to get a dark match. I'm leaving.
I was gonna say, if we see the Avalanche, do we see the return of the Chula Fala?
Why? Roman took it back.
Yeah, but he could have still stolen the shoes after he hit the Avalanche, or the whatever his move is there. I can't remember it right now.
And Punk with the kendo stick holding Logan Paul back.
And the move. Come on, man. Tsunami.
Thank you.
You're welcome. How do you forget Barrett just going up full Booker T on it? Only a man with a British accent. Yes, Neil. Can say it that way.
But what an ending. What an
Yes.
ending. Very reminiscent, though, of like how Nitro used to end before Fall Brawl would come for War Games.
Right?
But I liked it.
I want to ask a question because I think it would be quite funny. It may not be Survivor Series, but it would make a lot of sense. I just think about this because obviously Chicago has Elimination Chamber, and we could see it then too, which would be hilarious in CM Punk's hometown. But is this not a time where, if you really wanted to, say Team Punk wins, and they're doing that, and then Seth Rollins just comes out and steals the spotlight like CM Punk?
Right? Right? I like it.
Because CM Punk never made his debut at Survivor Series, but Seth Rollins did.
Yep.
I'm just saying it out loud. So if it happens, I look more intelligent than what I actually am. Although I did do well today. But how cool would that be?
That'd just be awesome.
Because I still kind of think we might get that Seth Rollins CM Punk match at WrestleMania.
Okay. I know apparently the surgery in his rehab is going well from what I've heard as of yesterday.
Mm-hmm. And I think I just have a feeling Seth Rollins is also a quick healer. That's why I don't think it was a rouge. I think he's just really quick in his healing. But on that note, instead of healing, how are we feeling with Monday Night Raw tonight?
Yeah, let's start with you, OMD.
This was a fantastic show. Very little in terms of lulls. For me, I think the attempted interview with Stephanie VAQUER really was perhaps the biggest lull. I think my moment of the night was not at the end. It was Maxine winning that Intercontinental Championship off of the distraction from AJ Lee. But ladies and gentlemen, if you are looking for me on the socials, it is my link tree, linktr.ee/OMD show. And you can catch me tomorrow night alongside Mr. Best and Carl Carafel at 8:05 with Turnbuckle Talk.
All right, and over to you, Mr. Parrish.
Yeah, what I loved about Raw today is just how much we are developing into Survivor Series, and we are going to do it and give it some time between the show. Now, I did say yesterday, I would appreciate if we had more than a week or two to do this, but now that we know we have more or less the teams for War Games, I think we can absolutely get on board. Not only that, we got a women's world title match now added, and we have the Intercontinental match where I'm going to go on record and saying it's going to steal the show. Where you can find me is on my link tree, but you can also see me every Sunday at 12:15 p.m. Eastern Time with the Chris Parrish podcast. As yes, this week we are going to talk about all the rumors that are, whether it's the signings or people possibly coming back to WWE. We're going to have a lot of fun talking about the what ifs and the what could be's. So make sure you check that out.
All right, and as for myself, yeah, this episode of Raw was just fantastic. I mean, a lot of the rumors that came out today ended up being true, and you know what? I'm happy with the way they all turned out, because like when I read about those rumors, I'm like, okay, how is it going to play out? How is it going to play into tonight's story? And I like the way that it all played out. I like AJ Lee showing up and how that caused Becky to be distracted and lose the Intercontinental title. I like how Brock and Roman were surprised there. I like where we're going with this whole Survivor Series thing, just as Parrish had mentioned. You can catch me at my link tree, linktr.ee/Chris_best83. And you can catch me again with OMD, with Carl Carafel, and a special guest tomorrow, 8:05 p.m. Eastern for Turnbuckle Talk. OMD, what are those words we like to go out on?
Ladies and gentlemen, please always remember the world is better with you in it. From all of us here at Turnbuckle Studios and the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program, to those of you out there, wherever you are, good night, good luck, we out. Hip-hop trendsetters, the school of hard knocks and that attitude era. Yeah, I just wanted to be one of the best, holding the mic as I'm yelling out, D-Generation